Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House, out on another unbelievably beautiful December day. And it was funny, I was talking to one of my buddies who disagrees with me on a lot of stuff, like global warming. And he's like, oh, what do you think about global warming now, Rob? And I said, well, I gotta admit, this year has been crazy, but this is the first year I've actually seen it here locally. And I might add, there's all kinds of crazy shit going on with we got that volcano going off in Spain for months on end still, giant boulders coming out of it and all kinds of stuff. Probably messed up the jet stream somehow. I'm just assuming, but who knows. Anyways, 1 year out of how many years have I been alive that we've had a winter that's this mild. Big deal. 1 year. After 1 year, is that gonna make you believe, like, if it rains in December, all December for just the month of December for a year, is that gonna have everybody panic out of all the other years? I don't think so. My stance on global warming is still, I'm rock solid on that still. Even though this year we had some, obvious signs of some crazy going on. But who knows what that is, considering they just said China got their weather weapon up and running and working. That's public news. I shared that on the survival group page. You guys can check that out. And I know the States has been manipulating weather with their HARP setup as well. So if they can control the weather, then what the hell are they talking about global warming for? They're talking about carbon, guys. And carbon means they want to get rid of carbon. Well, guess what carbon is? You, me, anybody watching this is carbon. We're carbon-based life forms. And that's their code word for depopulation. They want to get rid of all the carbon. That means you, me, and your family. So I'm going to get into that shortly in the next video clip. I'm going to pause it because it's going to get loud. Alright guys, hopefully that's not too bad for you now. So like I was saying, a lot of people have been raising the red flags, all the alternative media sources that I've been watching just recently. They say the new year coming up, 2022, is going to be an absolute hellhole, and I'm tending to agree with them. We have people with a lot of money, with a lot of time on their hands, that are eugenicists who want to, they think there's too many people on the planet. And so they come up with this plan to eliminate the Earth's population by 2030. Now, if you were one of the unfortunate suckers who got the shots, and I say plural on that, and will continue to get the other boosters, then you're playing right into their hands. The documentation is out there. They have released 86 pages so far of what these shots do to you long term. And there's more than 86 pages, guys. They're going to be releasing 86 pages every month for 77 years. That's the calculation of how many documents and how long it's going to take as they release that. So just prepare. Now, why, if they say it's so safe, why cover it up and not release all the documentation for 77 years? Well, because by then everybody who took it would be dead and no one can complain then. But luckily that one judge ordered them to start releasing anyways. The first 86 pages, you can go read them. I posted the link on the survival group page. You're gonna have to dig for it a little bit. It's a PDF. And there's going to be more to come on that. As soon as I get a hold of them, I will post them to the survival group page. So we got some crazy people running the world. They got too much money, too much power, too much influence, and they want you dead because they think there's too many people and it's going to affect the planet, because they don't want you around to take the ship down with them. All makes sense to me, because they got everything they need right now, more than enough, and they don't want you to burden that whatsoever. Be back in a bit. Alrighty guys, getting back to the subject at hand. 2022, it's going to be a mess, I believe, what the alternative media is saying. And if you notice, have been following what's been going on, especially on the survival group that I run on Facebook, lots of news anchors have quit their jobs, retiring, and on their last message to the public, they said, I'm getting out of here, shit's going down. Example is that of, I think his name was Tom Brokaw. I think that's the guy. I'm not totally sure. I shared the video on the survival group page. I can correct that later on if I made a mistake there. But anyways, he just recently did this. Also, Roger Corman, I believe his name is, big wig, just bought a whack ton of property, middle of nowhere. He's going to be setting up his little bug out location to ride out the storm. Why he's doing that? Well, I guess his kind of money, he can afford to do that on a dime. Just snap his fingers and then they can set up a off-grid location for him within a year, which is cutting it a little close. But I'm pretty sure the marching orders have gone out, because you're seeing these bigwigs either retire, resign, all these CEOs resigning or retiring early. And the orders have gone out, guys, to the top end of the public, which is the bigwigs, not us. And it's just now trickling down. So that's major red flags going on. There was also rumblings of the United States court system not even being in service next year. What the hell does that mean? That means if there's no justice system next year, what the hell does that mean exactly? Okay? There's something going on, something major. There's rumblings going on. Now, for me, my situation, well, kind of a big kick in the nuts, because I've been prepping with the off-grid tiny house for a while. Got kicked out of my location at a bad time, and in a new location until April. Now, the tiny house is still technically mine because I've only been given half the money. And the contract we have, there's no refunds. It's as is, on and on and on. So, if this woman doesn't come up with the money or tries to back out of the deal, I keep the tiny house and the money. And hey, I'll have everything but land. So in the meantime, guys, I've been busting ass working, just saving money to try and get a little piece of heaven out in the country somewhere, just out of the city, not too far out of the city, but enough to set up a new home, basically, an off-grid homestead. Hopefully with the tiny house, but it is what it is. If it is definitely sold. I do have half the cash. It was a cash sale. So, and the contract's been signed. We both have copies of it, both parties. So it is what it is. But what a kick in the nuts for me. Really bad. Like, it's just I have a saying, it's just my luck. all the crap I go through is just my luck. But in the end, you know, I prevail, as usual. Just little roadblocks along the way. All the issues with the tiny house and all of that over the years, it's just my luck. But it's quite the big kick in the nuts for me, because with everything getting horribly bad and inflation just shooting through the roof everywhere, it's not good. But then again, I'd like to thank all the Democrat voters for that. All the numbnuts who have no brain and who are on the wrong side of history. Sorry to say, if you think it's harsh, then you better get some thicker skin, because you voted for this, you caused this. And actually, like I said, definitely Trump won. And when they stopped the votes during election night, you can go back and look at this, Trump was leading pretty much every friggin' state going, ahead by 5-10 points across the board. And have you ever seen an election shut down in the middle of an election night so they could add votes the next morning by mail-in ballots coming out of God knows where? No, I've never seen that, and never enough to change the direction of the election, except in this case Democrats stole it. And they did that because they could not let Trump in, because if Trump was in power, none of this shit would be going on right now. And it's just the way it is. There wouldn't be all this lockdown bullshit. Fauci would have been gone. A lot of these people would have been long gone. And it is what it is. But it's the mess we're in now. Now we got to live with it. So Biden's got the lowest approval ratings of probably any president now, and there's no doubt in my mind he deserves it, and it's probably even lower than what they're saying normally is. But thanks to all the dumbos who didn't like Trump for whatever reason, oh my God, he tweets a lot, I don't like him. If that's your reasoning, guys, holy crap, get a grip. So now we're in quite the mess. Everybody, all the preppers are saying 2022 is going to be an absolute hellhole, and I'm agreeing with them. To see all my live daily content, become a Patreon member. Click on the link on my YouTube channel at the Off-Grid Tiny House. Click on support this channel. It'll take you to the Off-Grid Tiny House page on Patreon, or you can just Google it. Sign up and join in. Thank you.